Hello, viewer, and welcome to Games with Dialogue. This is Spellcaster University, a indie game where you are a magic school administrator building magic schools to train wizards to fight off the armies of darkness, the Lord of Evil, as they call him in the game. It's a lot of fun. The footage that I have is from the early access. I was given a key by the developer. So, I want to say thank you for that. Also, because it was early access, some of these new features that are listed here were not in the game when I played. The biggest being that you can send some of your students on expeditions. Little short dungeons that grant you resources for building your school. It's not a big deal, but you won't see that in the footage that I have. Anyways, Past Me describes how to play the game. So let me come over here and click continue, and we'll dive into explaining the game as we play through one of the campaign levels. As you can see, well, maybe you can see, I've already played through one location. I was testing out the game, and I just kept going and kept going and kept going until the end of the level. Each of these locations gives different bonuses, changes up the way the game will play out. The important thing is that you're on a timer. The armies of darkness march towards you over the course of the game. So I've already done the Kingdom lands, the plains. It was probably the easiest one to do, except for maybe the forest here. So I choose a new one, and I go through that, and we'll see what that's all about. The forces of darkness close in faster. Special quest with the pirates. Large buildable area, large buildable area, large buildable area. Special opportunities with the djinns. More students are werewolves. The ancient troll might cause you trouble. New students are on average poorer than elsewhere. Hunger and tiredness grow faster. I'm going to take the desert. Sure. So we'll see what happens here. But because I've played through this already, that does mean that I've unlocked a few things, including a rare spell book. Improves observatory's efficiency. Start the game with a turquoise dragon card. Students in the refractory slowly improve in a random magic. And they're going to be spending a lot of time in that refractory. Let's take that one. Choose a curse at the end of each level. Anti-magic. Reduce all mana gains, but increase all gold gains. Increase university's upkeep costs. That's so hard to do. Money is so hard to manage on this one. For me. All new teachers have 1 or 2 extra flaws. I'm okay with that. We're all human, flawed creatures. It's fine. We're all flawed beings in some way or another. The Great Burning Sand Desert is a dangerous, hostile land. It is the perfect place to hide a school from the forces of evil. On the other hand, it's not a great place to live for the students. Also, beware the desert djinns. They are very unstable magical creatures. Heat wave. The tiredness and hunger of teachers and students grows faster. I can manage that. I have yet to understand how to properly pull in money. We'll hopefully learn that. We will have to treat our teachers well and protect them from the sun. Consequences. I draw an extra card, Magic Hat. I think each of these is going to have the Yeah. Each of these is going to have the global modifier heat wave. So it's really just, what do I want to draw? Draw the card large hourglass. Receive 550 alchemy mana. So alchemy mana, if you see over here in the bottom right corner of the screen, there are certain decks that have things that you build your wizard school with, and you need a certain amount of that type of mana in order to draw the cards. This is just money, but the rest of these... So alchemy, if I took this middle one, 550, that's at least 3 draws from the alchemy deck right away. I have no idea what the large hourglass does, or these other cards, Magic Hat and Bright Staff Refractory. Anyways, I'm going to go with what I know. Receive 550 alchemy mana, just to start with. So I'm going to pause it real quick. So I have enough gold to pull from the standard deck for a while. The thing is, you don't want to use all of your resources, if you can help it, because there are events that come up that cost you those resources. And if you don't have them, the consequences are worse. I can also scroll around in case things show up. I can zoom in all the way up to the room. And we'll see that as we build the building. I can zoom in on rooms and interact with them and interact with the students and the teaching staff and things like that. I have these cards to start with. New students, dormitories, student hall, refectory. Don't worry about all these other things in red or all these... Yeah, don't worry about all this stuff. We'll explain it as we go. But we also have prestige. The higher your university's prestige is, the more students you will attract. Play cards to increase prestige. There's also events that you can use that might take away or add prestige. The headmaster's office. You can see I got my first curse and my first rare book for completing my first campaign, story, location, whatever you want to call it. The rules for the school. This is what I've been playing with here. Pre-selection, I think anybody can come. Yeah. I really... Students that apply are wealthier than average. I might actually just go with that one. I don't really care about sane students right now. I might in the future, but I can manage the sanity pretty well. Smarter than average students become better wizards, basically. I'm just going to not bother with that one. I'm actually going to go with students from wealthier families. Other rules, I don't really worry about that. Refectory, free meals, man. If you're paying tuition, you get free meals. Salaries, I'm okay with 6 gold. Most of the teachers complain about that, but you can also get unionized teachers, which get paid more. So 6 is good. Free dormitories. I let them go with free dormitories because, again, they're paying tuition. But they're less effective. I don't want to do that. Application fee. I think I'm going to go with 30 gold. Your university will attract slightly fewer people. I had plenty of people vying for registration into the school, so that's not an issue. And then these are all the diplomas I've handed out. You can see trained during the campaign, 8 ritual masters. Wizard's apprentices, 3. And if you go up and down, and they do, well, we'll stop here. You get different effects for it. So, as you play through the game and play through the campaign, you'll get more and more and more of this, as well as unlocking new ones. The thing is, let me highlight the craftsman. Conditions to give this diploma. The student has to have a minimum of enchantment 2. So some of these get really wonky. Some of magic levels 9 has the trait worker. Some of magic levels 12 has the trait unbreakable. They get really wonky. The village mage is probably one of the easiest for the wizards to get, or your students to get. Some of magic levels too. There's also... Where are you? Peasant. No conditions. The easiest thing to get, they just increase peasant reputation by 5 when they graduate. No real future for them. A waste of schooling, you might say. But that's there. So, let's get started with making a house. Or 2. So my school has its own banner. So do the houses. You can choose which houses teach what they're good at, what they won't teach at all. You can change the name of the house, and you can give them some features. Any new applicants that you send to the house will get these features, these traits added onto them. Tiredness lowers faster, 30% faster while this character is resting. I'm going to take that one. That means that their tiredness trait will decrease faster, which means they'll be able to get back to studying faster, I hope. I think I understand it that way. We'll go into those negative traits in a little bit here. Learns all magic faster. Deals more to combat damage. Learns the arcane magic school 25% faster. I'm going to just go with all magic 10% faster. So we'll call this... There's a general house for the two houses that... For all the students don't fit into the two houses you create. So we don't want to allow this, I think. Let's go with Arcane Scholar and Shadow Discipline, and then make a priority of Shadow and Arcane. I'm going to forbid Nature for this group. Actually, you know what? I'm going to forbid Light for this group, if we're going Arcane and Shadow. That means that the students who get put into this house won't research Light, and if I want to make them really good at Arcane and Shadow, then maybe I should just reduce Nature. The thing is, your students only have a certain amount of time to study. They'll only study... they'll only get so far. So if you spread out to the other schools of magic, they won't be as good at the end. You'll get more peasants than you will the focused studies of arcane or magic schools. So I think that's fine. Alchemy, if I have them studying alchemy, that's a good general school for everybody, because then I can make potions using the cauldron when they get to a certain point. Choose this house's uniform color. I'm gonna go with red and black. So that means I want their... Oh, well, maybe the moon? We'll make the moon black. Let me see here. I think a blood moon would look better. Yeah, black background, blood moon would look better. So let's do that. Sure. Torazak? Yeah, that's fine. This is a perfectly fine house to send people to. I'm still paused? Good. Let's make another house then. This one will be the complete opposite. Sure. Nature, light, and alchemy will just leave for everybody. I'm going to change the name, but let's give them the white robes. Jack of all trades, comical. Their presence reduces boredom for all other students. Beautiful. This character loses much less sanity when insulted. I mean, it's a school. Students pick on each other. They mock each other. They play pranks on each other. So, yeah, losing sanity is a thing that happens. I think we aren't going to go with Shadow Discipline. Learns alchemy faster. I think that's fine. Well, if I want to do that... Yeah, let's do alchemy. I leaned heavily into the nature school with my first school. I had a lot of druids. I had a lot of beast tamers. So this time, let's not do that. Let's not do that. But I want comical or beautiful. Let's do comical, sure. And then what do we want for, I guess, a starburst? Maybe. I have, yeah, this symbol is the school thing, and I think that other sunburst is too close. I'm okay with that. Sure. And we'll call it House Viziri. Sure, I'm okay with that. All right. So we have our two houses where we will shunt all of our students, and now we need Now we need to deal with this. So there's boredom, there's tiredness, and there's hunger. All three stats that will send your students away from their studies. Oh, and your teachers, your staff, away from their work. So you want to manage it. I think we'll start with the student hall right on top. Yeah, this will be the main thoroughfare for everybody. So they'll walk in through this door and then come up here and relax if they want to. And then we can attach the dormitories to this. I think the dormitories should probably be isolated so that people aren't walking through, waking up the students. And then a refractory, the cafeteria. This one... yeah, I'll put it right there. I'll put all the student stuff, I'll put more dormitories up, and I'll put more cafeterias off to the side or below it. Yeah, all this stuff together, and then the classrooms will be over here, and we'll just go from there. Okay, let's start recruiting some students. So, health, sanity. As far as I know, every single person that I have recruited has had the same health and sanity. So that never changes. You can change their name if you want to. I never do. They have... come on. They have little traits here. It's gonna be the desert. This is gonna be the same for everybody, I know. They have their D&D alignment, neutral and evil. This is usually just determined by... or it's only effective... its only reason for existence is for the teachers. If the teachers share their alignment, then they mesh better. They learn faster. Normal intelligence. Poor. Diligent generates 10% more mana while studying. And ugly. They lose sanity because other people are mean to them. And then you have the three different schools of spells in the schools of magic. So, I think for our first students, poor doesn't matter. We'll just bring them in. But, how do I want to teach this guy? We could go general classes. We could give them Arcane Scholar, Shadow Discipline, or we could give them the comical. I think because he's diligent, but ugly, and poor, we'll send him into general classes. Lawful good, smart. He increases his learning rate faster, but he's also poor. He likes to talk a lot, which slows down the learning of other students. He's also passionate. We'll give him... we will send him into this school. Lawful good doesn't really matter based on, like, you would think demonology and assassination is not something they should learn. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't affect them in any way. So he goes into the Toulouse house. Neutral evil, brilliant, average money, child of nature, cowardly, shifty. So child of nature means he'll learn nature magic faster, but... so he shouldn't go into the Toulouse house, because that won't apply at all. He won't get anything out of it. Coward deals 50% less damage in combat. Not a big deal. Occasionally your school will be attacked, but it's so rare that doesn't really matter much. Misbehaves much more than a normal student. We're going to send him to general class. Chaotic evil. He learns a bit slow. He's a gourmet. Antisocial. Works less efficiently in crowded rooms. Allergic to pollen. Learns nature magic slower. That's fine. We're going to send him into the Toulouse house. And then, neutral good, dumb. Reduce learning rate by 40. Miserable. Reduces all gold gains from the student by 50%. He goes in the trash. We don't want him. Alright, let's start going. We'll see the students arriving from over here. Well, they were arriving... Yes, okay. I was going to walk back that statement because the last map we were on had a little village over here that people arrived from. But this time we have an oasis over here, so I didn't know for sure if that's where they were going to come from. But anyways, so we can click on a student, and we can see down here there's a text box, what they're feeling, past activities, because it's going to get hard to keep track of all of them. You can go back through and see what they were up to while they were here at school. Ah, new school for my kingdom, how great, so very great. And I would very much like to help, for I am a fair and generous king. What would you need? Our school would need some new sources of funding. He'll just give us gold. Help from the royal architects would be useful. I can choose 1 out of 3 cards for a new building. I'm gonna go with money because I'm gonna get plenty of rooms on my own. I don't need that. I need the money. Okay, so we've got that. Let's look at the local map. This is... New things will be added here, but this is my school, and these are the reputations of the people nearby. Sneaky Merchant Campsite. You'll notice up here I have a little gerbil hamster guinea pig thing with communication unavailable. When this bar fills up, I can click on one of these places, except for the school, and have a little talk with them, a little event, something, like what just happened with the king. Most of them aren't really that great unless my reputation with them is good. So I just usually ignore them, but this neutral thing usually helps me. I can spend money or a certain type of mana to get something from them. But let's start with pulling some cards from the standard deck. So, coat of arms. I could... You'll see down here this icon. Your university has at least one location for this artifact. It's like a decoration that does something. Some rooms. Student hall. If I buy this, because I have one already, I could either build another student hall, or I could take this card, stick it on the student hall I have, and upgrade that student hall to be more efficient, to be better. What I'm gonna do is take the light room because it's a classroom that teaches these spells. And it will also let me recruit a teacher. So I am gonna put that one here, I think. Okay, so I have a choice of 2 teachers. They have their own hunger, tiredness, boredom meter. Pedagogy is how well they teach, so you want appropriate or good. Their alignment, so if you know basically how many students you have of a certain alignment, this will help. Unionized means that their salary is higher. And then they have their own traits, just like students do. And of course, because of the option I chose when I first chose the desert, they get more negative traits, which, you know, you just got to deal with. So greedy increases their own salary by 100% because they're unionized. They basically just price themselves out of a job. I choose him. And he'll come in and walk in and start teaching. And he's got his own schedule just like the kids do. So statistics will help me keep track of that. If I come over to... Where are you? No. Ah, here we are. Students. I can keep track of every student's... the pie makeup of every student I have. You'll notice I have 3 evil students to 1 good student. So if I pick up a chaotic, evil teacher, they're going to benefit more of these students. The problem is, I don't have any chaotic, evil students who are learning light magic. So they're never going to go to that classroom. That's the problem. I can also come over here and see who's studying what. 100% of my students have studied alchemy, which is not a big... It's not That's not a big revelation because I haven't been open for very long. Objectives for this map, any artifacts that I've unlocked, and my spending, which right now is just neutral because we've barely started. That's fine. All right. And then I'm just going to keep buying for the time being. So another dormitory would help when I get 5 more students. A library. The room housing this artifact is 35% more efficient. And then a private bedroom. Allows students to rest in great conditions, which greatly reduces tiredness and improves sanity. This just takes up space. I'm not a big private bedroom person. Dormitories are good enough for the students. I think I'm going to pick another dormitory because the students are going to come in and they're going to be tired. I want to put it right here. Or I could upgrade this one. No, I want more space for the students to rest. At least initially. We can worry about upgrading these efficiency once we have enough beds to house all the students. Because otherwise, when they get tired, they're just going to walk off the map, and that eats up a lot of time that they could be studying or learning new things or engaging in other activities. My first teacher. Alright, so let's look at what else he's got. Slows the growth rate of needs. So these will grow 20% slower. Ex-adventurer. While teaching, this teacher may increase your reputation with the Adventurers Guild. Very nice. I don't know a whole lot of different ways to increase that, so I think I was on pretty bad terms with them when I ended the last map. And we get some new applicants. Ambitious, comical, allergic to pollen, so no nature. Hyperactive, misbehaves a lot. Lawful evil, a bit slow. She's going into Viziri. Neutral evil, a bit slow. Poor. Alchemy apprentice, learns alchemy faster. Passionate. Demoralized, slowly loses sanity over time on their own. I'm gonna need a way to deal with that. Right now, I have no way of recovering sanity. Allergic to pollen. So she's going into Torazak. Lawful neutral, a bit slow, very wealthy, and a bully. I would send him to general class, but he's neutral enough that he could go into the Viziri. Lawful neutral, normal average. Light sleeper means good things. Demoralized means bad things. Down to earth. Learns arcane magic 50% slower. I think he could go into the Viziri. That's fine. Worker. Learns magic faster. Allergic to pollen. And makes for inefficient library work. That's fine. We're going to send him to general classes because of this worker trait. He just won't be a nature guy. Let's pick up some more. Magic armor. Active characters in this room lose half as much health for a few minutes. So, I could stick this in the dormitories. I could stick it in a room with a lot of combat. I think I'm just gonna skip over it for now. Another light room. I could buy this same thing and upgrade this classroom. Or another dormitory. I'm gonna pick this one up and upgrade the classroom. There we go. Sometimes when you upgrade, visually it changes, but I don't see a difference here. And if you click on it, you can see the efficiency has gone up. Sometimes there will be little events underneath of it that alter or improve the room in some way. Hopefully we'll find one of those pretty quick. The villagers send their regards. Hi there, we're from around here. We don't like trouble, and we're not fond of strangers. What are you doing here exactly? Don't worry, we're exclusively teaching sacred magic. I mean, it's true. It's funny that the Inquisition doesn't like that. Do not worry, for our school mainly trains mages specializing in the healing of farm animals. This is the one I went with for my first school. This was actually the first event that popped up, and I just kind of ran with it. I'm not going to do that this time. Don't worry, our school mainly trains mages specializing in necromancy and the summoning of powerful demons. They don't like that. The faction the Lord of Evil does, but screw that guy. He comes and kicks me out of my school. We're gonna go with this one. I don't really care what the Inquisition feels like. They can take a powder. Student hall, I could upgrade or add a new one. The thing is, the students are going to be walking back and forth across the school, so the longer I make it, the further they have to go to reach the student hall over here. If I pick this up and add a second one over here, it's just better for everybody. Private bedrooms, again. Witch's Cat, a creature that wanders around the school and reduces all the needs of characters working in the same room. Super useful. So I'm going to pick that one up, just because it's a cute little creature. And now, while I have the card selected, you can see there are 2 spots in these 2 rooms that I could plop this card down. That will be like the home base for the cat. It will always come back to that room. It will also walk from that room around the school. So having it really doesn't matter because these rooms are so close together, but if I had it in a more central area, there'd be more distance that the cat would walk. Right now, this is kind of bad, but we're going to start it off in this not the dormitory, the study room, because more people are going to stop there and enjoy themselves than they will this entryway. Nobody ever stops at the entryway. Oh, I missed the little... There we go. And now the little cat is added to the room, you can see. And I can actually click on it to see what it does if I ever forget. Cute little guy. Alright. The Adventurous Guild. I have found a window between 2 troll massacres to come say hi. The opening of a new magic school is always good news for the Adventurous Guild. What kind of mages do you train? Mages who can mend folk. I get to choose a card. Mages who can blow things up. I get to choose a card. Mages who know how to enchant things. I'm gonna go with this one. Okay. Weapon and shield. Active characters in this room have their combat power. It's really not that useful. Demonic chamber. Classroom that allows students to quickly improve their demonology. Because I have 2 different houses that are teaching 2 different styles of magic, maybe I want to pick this one up and put it right above the temple. Or further out. Or maybe right next to it. I don't know. Elemental Dojo. They can learn the elementalist skills. I'm going to pick up the demonic chamber just because I have the 2 opposing houses for students. They need to learn. Oh, it's only 1 room. Fantastic. I'm going to put it right here so I can squeeze 2 more rooms in between, or 1 more big room in between. I don't know. Probably another classroom, I'm thinking. So, what do I want? Chaotic good, lawful neutral, mediocre, appropriate, union. They're both unionized. That's a problem. Ancient wisdom. Students learn faster. Punctual. This teacher moves faster. They're also a researcher, so I will get mana points while they teach. Very useful. Elder, he's much slower than others. That's kind of a drag, especially because he has to, until he has a room to sleep and rest and recover, he'll walk back off the map. So that's a pretty far walk. Heavy sleeper, not good. Voracious, he'll eat more. That's not too bad. Demanding, they want more money, which is already bad with the unionizing. Greedy, they want more money. Chatty, so she's a great teacher. She's just talked herself out of a job by price. She priced herself out of work. Well, all right, we get the old man who doesn't know what's going on. I'm gonna pause again because I want to pull a few more cards. The light deck. Let's start here. Students working here learn light magic 50% faster and shadow magic 50% slower. That, I have no way to control which students work there. If I wind up getting the house with Shadow working there, they're only going to hurt themselves. So maybe not. This creature wanders the school and has a chance of making the students it encounters richer. That's super helpful. I need the money. Righteous Cloister, a classroom that allows students to quickly improve their sacred magic skills. That one I want. So let's... Oh, shoot. I can't put it... I can't put it where I want to put it. I need to get this done. Let's... Maybe I could just put it up. It's a classroom. I'll put it right here. Sure. So what do we got? Neutral good, good, bad, not unionized, thank goodness. Fun! Students in this teacher's class get bored at half as fast. Unbreakable, reduces health loss, it's not a big deal. Round body, they get hungry faster. Hypochondriac, they slowly lose health. And they just move slower. Honestly, I think... Yeah, I think he's better for it. Alright, do I have enough money? 300 gold. Yeah, let's buy another one. Another dormitory, a shadow room. Classroom that allows students to slowly improve all their shadow magic skills. This room comes with a teacher. I think I'll take this one because now we have 2 light, we can have 2 dark. And I will put it right on top. Sure. So we need a teacher. Chaotic neutral, appropriate, good, neither a unionized, punctual. Under the king's protection, when teaching, this teacher may increase your reputation with the king. That's much better than unbreakable. Demanding, they want more money. Greedy, they want more money. Hypochondriac. Oh, man. Clumsy, slow, pretentious, and greedy. Well, they're both greedy. Neither are unionized. Demanding... I'll deal with it. I'll deal with it. She gets the money. It's fine. And then... Alchemy. We haven't touched this one yet. A classroom that allows students to quickly improve their alchemy rune skills. This room comes with a teacher. I don't know... I don't think I have enough income to support another teacher right now. Enchantment workshop comes with a teacher. Library. 2 students can work at the library to improve their best magic. I'm going to take that one. It'll give students something to do while they're not in classes. We'll put the library... Yes! Right there, right between the 2 classrooms. That's a perfect place for it. Sure. Okay. Let's kick this off again. So you'll notice... Wait, let me pause it again. You'll notice over here we have a bunch of events going. I've got my accountant working on the term summary as this bar circle fills up. New students coming in on this circle. An event here with what looks like a djinn. I have the ability to contact somebody now that this gerbil's full. And another event with the peasants. So let's go to the local map. Who do we want to talk to? We've pissed them off. The Adventurers Guild, the peasants are getting happy. The king, the orcs, the local cemetery. Let's do the Adventurers League. Why not? Contact them. Welcome to the guild! What do you need? Do you need a team of adventurers to plunder a dungeon? That is our specialty, but we have a diverse package of other services. In the camp infirmary are several adventurers who seem to have suffered the consequences of some strange form of magic in their last raid. Together we can fight the armies of darkness. Yeah, I'll piss off the Lord of Evil. I might actually take that one. We are on the same team. You wouldn't happen to have some loot to share? I need... Oh, I'm going to make them mad, but I'll get some money. Would you happen to have an artifact? I need to have at least 50% faction with them. Not 50%, 50 faction with them. I need an infirmary for this one. Or if I have 300 alchemy, I can gain 40. Ooh. Ooh. Well, I'll lose 300 alchemy, but I think I'll take that one. Sure, just jump that up. So let's look at this again now. I just sent this skyrocketing. So I passed the 25 mark. That means students generate 10% more arcane mana while studying. Nice. Okay. Not that it matters, because I don't think anybody... Alright, let's go. I don't think anybody's learning Arcane.